Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Gamestellation Save State, where we take a look at the past week in gaming news and discussions, and we recap it for y'all. My name is Omar Salanji. Joining me is Ibrahim Tirmizi and Shaun Blaznier. He's
Hello.
running a little bit late, but he will be here eventually. Pardon my voice if I sound a little bit off. I am a little bit congested and sick, but hopefully we'll feel better soon. But yeah, how you
He
doing,
means
Ibrahim?
half asleep,
There, is that believable?
I guess.
How you doing today, man?
Pretty good, man. As you can see, the lighting is not lighting because
Is
clouds.
yeah, stormy.
Yeah, I
Moist.
was concerned we wouldn't have power today, honestly.
Yeah, I got scared about that too. Um,
No, you guys, bro, I had an exam right before this.
true, true.
But we ball. Got through
We
it, thankfully.
we be
Yeah.
balling. But yeah. Today's episode isn't gonna be too long. Hopefully, there's not. Spoiler
We'll
alert.
actually not go over time for once.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But yeah, we're just waiting for Shaun to get in here. He is running a little bit late, but it's okay. Um,
Technical difficulties. The rain is pretty bad.
it's gonna be bad for a little bit in the location that we reside in, which I will not say because this is all mine.
Earth.
Um,
Right next to Venus. Uh,
Shouldn't have left
yeah.
that up.
Oh, I think I wanna ask a question, and I'm totally not stealing this from you.
If it's
Uh,
if it's what I
so
think it is, let's wait till Shaun gets here.
I was like, we might as well start, and then when he gets here, it'll give him some, whatever.
I mean, just so we can include him and so we can make some content out of this. We have to make content. This is social media. We have to do that.
That is true.
Um,
Um, well, I mean, in that case, while we're waiting, and you played any new game? You started playing Risk of Rain, right?
replaying it. Yeah, I played a lot of Risk Rain 2 on the Switch before I got a PC, and I just recently got it on Steam. And me and Ibrahim were playing that last weekend.
Yeah. Hey, Shaun's here.
Hello, I'm here.
Hello, the Blaze Man. Hello.
Sorry for being late.
It is what it
I
is. It's
was
fine.
It was
eating dinner.
technology,
Technical difficulties.
He
Yeah.
was eating dinner at 11 in the
Eating
morning.
dinner, brother. It's 11:03. What kind of dinner are you eating, dog?
The kind you eat at 11:03.
But anyways, how are you, how you doing today, Shaun?
I'm so tired.
Too much
Dude,
dinner.
I was in my cotton dreamland listening to the pitter patters of the rain against my window. It was so nice and relaxing, and then I get pulled right out of it as I get a phone call from this beardo.
uh, well, we're
He
sorry
says
for waking
pitter
you up.
patter as if it wasn't slamming on the windows earlier.
Ooh, yeah, I was asleep during it though. I don't know if it was bad last night, but anyways, how you doing this morning, Shaun?
Very good, very good. I'm so happy to talk about video games.
Yes, yeah, he means this in full irony, by the way.
The thing is, he sounds like that, but he probably doesn't, because that's kind of all he does.
Hmm. But yeah, so I had a bit of a question that's been on my mind. So obviously, within the past 2 weeks, we had the summer game announcement season where we got all sorts of news from PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, all major video game companies and publications. And during that announcement season, we got a lot of reveals on a bunch of remakes coming out in the future, as well as like brand new games and sequels and a bunch of legacy franchises. So I was curious if you had like a game or two or three that you think should get either a sequel, a full-on from the ground up remake, and not just a visual enhanced remaster. I mean a proper full remake, or maybe even something that's applicable to both. What would those games be and why? Ibrahim, did you have one that came to mind?
I did, but I need to pull up a timeline to make sure my facts are correct, so I need a quick sec.
I got you. Unless Shaun, you had one ready in the
So,
chamber.
Yeah, I could answer this quite easily.
All right, let's hear
But
it.
all my answers are very basic, right?
Okay.
Bloodborne is the big one.
All
Sequel
right.
or remake, doesn't matter, or remaster. So anything Bloodborne would be awesome.
Yeah.
Sony
why am I
could
not
have
surprised?
the laziest remaster. All they need to do is just like give us like 4K support and like up frame rates, and maybe put it on PC, and people would be happy.
Yeah.
That'd be the only time you could do a lazy remaster of a semi-recent game, and people would like be happy for it. Any other game could not get away with it.
You know, it's funny because you say
Um,
semi-recent. That was like 10 years ago now, right? It's been 10 years since Bloodborne, I think.
oh god, 2016, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my
Damn.
god.
I'm old.
My bones hurt.
We, as in you
Um,
and me, brother. But yeah.
Titanfall sequel would be so cool.
Oh my
You mean
god.
Titanfall
Apex
3.
Legends?
Nope. Nope. Shut up.
That's
Nope. That is
that don't
not.
count, bro.
That, no. No. It is not a sequel.
Silence.
No. No. But yeah. No. Titanfall 3 would go hard.
And then something that will 100% never happen is a Fallout New Vegas remaster in the style of the Oblivion one.
Ooh.
That would be
Oblivion?
so cool, but it will never happen.
Yeah.
What do you mean
no.
the Oblivion one?
The Oblivion, you know, the Oblivion remake, remaster, whatever it was.
Yeah, the one that was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it just like do that, but for like Fallout New Vegas.
Oh,
They
okay,
won't.
yeah.
They 100% will. Time and time again, Bethesda has proven that they absolutely despise that game with every fiber of their being. You'd sooner get Fallout 3 and that's it. But it'd be funky.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
Ibrahim, what about you? What are some games you think?
Okay, this one might be a controversial take. I don't actually know, but hear me out. Skyward Sword.
That
We
it
need a
already got
remake of Skyward Sword.
it already got a re-release like
Where did
5 years ago.
Like, didn't it get a? It got a remaster, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were saying remakes.
Oh, that's fair. True. Like a from the ground up, like
Yeah, because here's the thing, right? I this is why I need to pull up the timeline because I didn't want to misquote this. But Skyward Sword canonically takes place first, which is
yes.
still weird. But like, Skyward Sword takes place first. But the thing is, like, it's just not, in my opinion, and again, opinions vary. It's just not the storyline and the gameplay, and just the game isn't as memorable as it could be, especially for the first game. I mean, when you think Legend of Zelda, like Majora's Mask was very memorable. They had like the giant moon face coming down. They had the whole system of like being on a time limit the entire time. Twilight Princess had that like more grunge style, like darker themes, which was really cool. I still love Twilight Princess. And like even
Furries.
like Ocarina, no. And even like Ocarina of Time, right? Which we're actually getting the remaster for soon, which
the remake. Yeah, we'll
well
talk
like
about that later.
remake, sorry, yeah. Which like that's what split up the like three timelines into child, adult, and fallen hero timelines. But like Skyward Sword was just kind of there as like a pretty good game overall, but it wasn't like a crazy Zelda game.
It
Like
wasn't memorable, in
uh
your opinion.
it wasn't memorable exactly. And like the
Yeah.
controls on Wii with like the motion controls, like some people liked them, some people didn't. I'm a bit in between where they felt clunky at times, and other times they just felt fine. They didn't really feel that great at any point. Whereas something like Breath of the Wild, their aiming system with motion controls was definitely good, but you could always opt in or out of that by just using the joystick. But I mean, like, it's not that like all the games have to be super memorable. I mean, like, Minish Cap was good, Link's Awakening was good, even like Phantom Hourglass, they were
Minish
good.
Cap was that game was beautiful.
Yeah,
I
like
love
they were
Minish
all
Cap.
good. They weren't anything insane. Like even Majora's Mask, I would argue, wasn't anything insane. Ocarina of Time kind of was because it split the timelines. But
Mhm.
even Majora's Mask was just a really good all-rounded and memorable game. Skyward Sword was just kind of, you know, it's there, but you don't remember much about it aside from the motion controls.
Debatable, but I can see where you're coming from with that.
That's
It's
a
debatable. I
lie.
mean,
I
everyone can have
remember
their
it
own
very well.
It's very
That
debatable.
was the
yeah.
first game I beat when I moved into my first house in Texas, and
Oh,
yeah.
we just got doxxed.
No, dude, no. When I was first moving to Texas as a young little Blasnator, The Skyward Sword was like the first game I played on the Wii while we were moving everything in, and so like, I didn't have much to do. It was only a Wii in my room, and
Mm.
yeah, and Skyward Sword, dude, that was bumping. That was the best game ever, at least to me as a child. It was really cool.
Yeah. I know
Um,
I know Ibrahim, you're talking about like if they gave an option for the like regular controls. I know the Switch remaster they did a couple years ago. There was an option for motion controls with the Joy-Con, but then for some reason, well, I mean not for some reason, I guess the best way to emulate motion controls on like a regular controller, they had it to where you attack with the sword using the right stick, like whatever
Fair enough.
direction. Yeah, I don't know how to. I didn't know how I felt about that at the time. I played it once. I was like, yeah, it's not
I
good.
mean, like again, it is also like every breath or not breath of every Legend of Zelda kind of had something about it that distinguished it. Like just looking at the timeline right now, like Spirit Tracks had the whole train system, Phantom Hourglass had the Phantom Hourglass, uh, Four Swords and Triforce Heroes had like the multiple like multiplayer aspects. Wind Waker had the boat. Breath of the Wild had the do whatever the hell you want, we don't care.
Breath of the
Tears of the
Wild had
Kingdom
Breath of
kind
the
of
Wild.
Breath of the Wild had the wild, and Tears of the Kingdom also had that, but they expanded on it and kind of kept it fun and enjoyable, especially after waiting so long. But again,
incorrect.
Skyward Sword isn't inherent. No one asked
Sorry,
you. I'm kidding.
Sean just doesn't
Uh,
like Tears of the Kingdom that much. To be fair.
yeah, yeah. But again, Skyward Sword wasn't inherently bad. It was a good game, but like a remake of that, I just think would be really cool, and they could definitely expand more on it and make it more memorable in certain ways.
Okay, that's fair.
What about you, Omar? What game are you thinking about?
I had a couple. Did you not have anything else, or was it just Skyward Sword that you had in mind?
Let's go. Let's see the two of you have to say first, because that might give me
Okay,
an idea of something else.
because I have a couple that I think would be really cool that I also could apply to both. I guess since we're on the topic of Nintendo, I'll throw one in there. And that's Kid Icarus Uprising. It is a
Oh,
it is an on rails like shooter for the 3DS developed by Masahiro Sakurai. That is a sequel to the NES Kid Icarus, but like yeah, actually there's so much character involved in it. And if you play Smash Brothers, the personalities and the designs for Pit, Dark Pit, and Palutena all come from that game. Um, I believe it was a launch title for the 3DS, but it was so unique and like it took this really dormant like two game franchise from the NES and Game Boy and gave it so much style and character, and it was so good and I loved it, but it was stuck. It's been stuck on 3DS for damn near 15 years now. And a lot of people have wanted a remake or like a brand new game over time, but especially like the only for a while, the only logical way we could do that was on the Wii U because of the touchscreen on the gamepad, and there was a stylus, so it would be easy to carry over the way the shooting works on the 3DS because you use the bottom screen and the stylus in that game. Um, but with the Switch 2 having mouse controls on the Joy Cons, there is a lot more like leg room
oh,
for the
true.
aiming to work if they were to either straight up just remake the game or make a sequel. I would be happy with both because that means Nintendo's actually acknowledging that Uprising exists. I guess in the same vein of FromSoft acknowledging Bloodborne exists, but yeah,
I mean,
that would.
hot take. I will say
Mhm.
about I. I don't care what people say. The controls in that were really good. I do
Oh
not
no,
care what people
it was
say.
fun. It was fun. A
The
lot of
controls were
people,
so good
yeah, no, a
because it
lot
was
of people have
something
gripes with
so
it, but it's
different,
fun.
but it worked so well.
Hmm. But yeah, no, Uprising has been a game that I've been wanting a sequel or a remake from for years, and there's been a lot of games that I've been wanting to get sequels that like have happened over time. So I'm really hoping that Uprising is one of those games in the future. I mean, we'll see. Only time will tell. You know, the Switch 2 is only a year old now, so we'll have to see over time.
It's
But
already
yeah,
been a year.
yeah, came out I think either May or June of 2025.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's already time's flying, man.
You know
No
something I'm
games.
surprised Sean didn't say?
What?
Uh, Jet Set Radio Future.
A remake of
It's
that?
already
Honestly,
getting a sequel.
Oh yeah, Just
it's getting
Radio
a
3 is
sequel, but
happening.
I mean a remake with, camera controls, better controls overall, not just tapping one button rhythmically.
Eh, if if it were to get like a remaster or something, not like a just a like okay, if you got like a ground up remake with more in depth like a more in depth tricking system, maybe tighter controls, like whatever. That's its own thing. Also maybe reworked level design, but just like a remaster, I don't think would fix a lot of like it wouldn't fix its problems. Its problems are like far beyond just the camera, right? Just the general movement can be super clunky. The level design is really bad.
Yeah.
Um, just the general gameplay structure when it comes to moving between missions is just super annoying. There's a lot there. I think I talked about it for a little bit at
Hmm.
one point. I don't know. I don't know if anybody saw that.
I'll like send you a link or something in the edited version. Um, but speaking of that generation of consoles from the Xbox and GameCube and PS2, there's another game that I think should get either a third entry or a remake. Just because another franchise made by the same person is doing that from Capcom, and that's Beautiful Joe. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of Beautiful Joe. But it was a like beat 'em up on the GameCube and PS2 where he plays this little superhero guy named Beautiful Joe. Um, and it was like cell shaded and stylized. And if you recognize the art style at all, it's because that team at Capcom, Clover Studio, is also responsible for Okami. And 2 years ago at the Game Awards, it was announced that Okami 2 is finally happening. So I think since Capcom kind of acknowledged their history with Clover Studio, I mean, who knows if we get something new from Beautiful Joe. The last time, I believe the last time we saw him in a game, I could be wrong on this. I think is Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, where
I
he
think so.
and Amaterasu from Okami were both playable characters. So it's been like 15
I
years
just
since we last saw him.
I just looked him up and like that's the most recent thing I can see about him is Marvel
Uh,
vs. Capcom.
Yeah.
Beautiful Joe. I thought it was Beautiful Joe. I got a novel by Margaret Marshall
No, me
Saunders.
too. That's the same thing I saw.
No, View with a V, Beautiful Joe. Um, but yeah, no, it's a beat 'em up from Capcom from the GameCube PS2 era. It's very very stylized. I would love to see. I'm already curious on how Okami 2 is gonna look whenever we get more news on that game. But if that ends up looking really really good with the cell shaded art style from the original, then I can only imagine what a modern Beautiful Joe game could be like. And yeah, I mean, considering Capcom's already, we're getting Okami 2, we're getting a new Onimusha this year. They've acknowledged Marvel vs. Capcom's existence within the past 3 4 years. I think them going back on their older franchises isn't too impossible. Um, but we'll see. Only time will tell. But yeah. What about you? Is there any other games y'all got or
Not really.
Breakout on the PlayStation 1.
that's a groundbreaking one right there. Groundbreaking, get it? Because
Actually,
breakout
ceiling
is
breaking.
is breaking the things you're breaking out.
Okay, before we break more people's brains, we should probably get into the new games.
Yeah, we should. All right. So again, not a lot of news this week. The biggest thing that happened, which we'll get into later, our main topic was that we finally got a Nintendo Direct, which is officially ending the summer announcement season. But we do have some news. First of all, Wolverine. That was a game that we talked about in last week's episode. That was on the PlayStation Showcase. A lot of people are curious since it is being developed by Insomniac on is this going to be a open world game just like the Spider-Man games, or is this going to be linear since it is a hack and slash game? And the official X account for Insomniac Games posted this quick little snippet of Wolverine traveling through Japan. Um, but
I'm sorry, what?
I don't know why this is so funny to me.
it's his jump animation. It's the
The
jump.
pose, yeah.
But I'm guessing it's because he's about to like use his claws to like use it as a zip line on that. Um,
I'm surprised. Like that's probably what it is, but like his claw should cut that, no?
I mean,
And
realistically,
he grips
yes.
with his bare hand like a man.
He has adamantium in this movie, or not movie, this game, right?
I
It's not
believe
bone
so.
claws.
Yeah. I mean, unless
Yeah,
unless
then
we can
then it
switch
should
between
cut
the two.
them.
But
That would be cool.
yeah, so this video has raised a lot of speculation on what the game is going to be like. Will there be a linear level design, or is this going to be open world and you can explore different environments, such as Japan, for example? What do y'all think of that? Or, like, what do y'all think is going to happen with the game in terms of its level design?
Uh, I don't know. It's probably going to be more linear just from that because I feel like we've seen a lot of varied environments and a lot of the footage that we have seen, and I think that's just supposed to show that it's like more level based.
Mm-hmm.
So it's probably going to be like a more linear game. If anything, like open zone, kind of like how um I'm trying to think of an example, but the sleep deprivation is getting to me.
Yeah, like I was thinking Shadow Generations for a sec, or at least the home world of Shadow Generations. Uh, or wait, no, I just got it. I was gonna say Sonic Frontiers, but that's I don't know if that's a good example.
Oh God. Technically, that is
Yeah,
that like
by definition, yes, it is.
yeah. I do not like. I don't want to mention that.
Yeah, that's
It's not
fair.
a good example of what to do,
Hmm.
guys. Our game needs to come out. We need to take the first area. We need to split it into 3 levels because we forgot the game needs to come out.
Jeez. But yeah, no.
So lazy.
Ibrahim, what do you think? Do you think it's gonna be linear, or do you think it's gonna be an open world, open zone sort of situation?
Jeez, it's dark. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
I
just looked
know.
back at my camera and it's getting
It's
so dark.
it is getting dark
Um,
outside.
I think they might try to do something that's a mix of both, cause like I mean, Spider-Man was definitely like as we know open world with like a linear story to follow. But the thing with Spider-Man is it's Spider-Man and he can zip around. Um, and like yes, Wolverine could just fast travel everywhere, just ride the subway, you know how it be.
Or use his
But at the
bike
same,
because the bike is confirmed.
but it blew up in the trailer.
Oh yeah, sure. Unless it was a different bike. I don't know. Wolverine does like
Maybe, I don't know, we'll
we'll
see.
see. We'll see in
But, I
September.
mean, with, like, the success of things like Pragmata and stuff, like, linear stories definitely do work that are somewhat level-based, but still open zone, open world-ish. So, it might be a mix of the 2, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if it is a hack and slash game, like the last Wolverine game that came out was X-Men Origins Wolverine. The movie was bad, but the game was like legitimately fantastic. I actually replayed it a couple months back. That was also like a Devil May Cry, like hack and slash with linear, like with levels. And that worked really
Mhm.
well. I wouldn't mind it being in this game as well. And I also don't. And I also think if this game does well, and it is linear, it'll hopefully like show game developers that hey, not everything needs to be open world, especially when it doesn't work. Because open
Yeah,
world
no,
is
for
yeah, no,
real.
open world is cool. It's great. It's really cool, except for when it's shoehorned into everything to where it just feels like counterintuitive and clunky in a sense. So I really hope
Mhm.
Wolverine isn't like that because I do have a lot of high hopes for this game. I think, especially considering how like Spider-Man, the 2018 Spider-Man on PS4 is honestly up there as one of my favorite games of all time. As somebody who has played a bunch of Spider-Man games and just a bunch of Marvel games in general, so I'm very excited to see what Insomniac does with Wolverine, and hopefully, if it ends up being well, I'm curious on what their takes would be on other characters if they get a game. Like I could honestly imagine like a Hulk game from Insomniac. I think that would be really sick. Um, but only time will tell. I'm guessing it probably depends on how successful Wolverine is to see if Insomniac wants to venture
Yeah.
into other Marvel IPs. But yeah. Next coming up this week, actually on I believe hold on Thursday, on June 18th, we are getting an extended look from Atlas at the previously already announced, but we got some more news on Persona 4 Revival. The game did get a new trailer at the Xbox Showcase. Pre-orders are now actually live on all platforms. I did mention before that, it was going to be live on June 18th. No, the Steam and PlayStation pre-orders are live right now as well, including Xbox. I'm very excited to see if we'll see like raw, uncut gameplay footage. We have seen some posts from official social media showing stuff like social links in this game being fully voice acted. Also like some teases at some of the remixes in this game for the older tracks in the same way Persona 3 Reloaded did. I'm kind of scared on if they're not going to be as good as the original just because that was a big issue with a lot of the tracks in the Persona 3 remake, but only time will tell. It will be on June 18th. I'm not sure on the time, but there will be an extended gameplay look at Persona 4 Revival on that day. Are y'all? I know y'all aren't into Persona. Have y'all been debating it with this one, or have you heard some good word of mouth so far from this one?
I don't know anything about Persona still. I mean, don't even. I know about Persona, and then he puts a gun in his mouth. Like I know that. But like
It's to his head. It's to
um,
his head. It's not that graphic.
whatever. He shoots himself.
Yeah, he does.
But I mean, there's nothing inherently wrong with it. I just never got into it. But it does it does seem like it would be a fun game. So,
Hmm.
I mean, maybe I'll watch some videos about it and then maybe get into the Persona series.
Hmm. Shaun, I would ask you, but you're not a Persona guy whatsoever.
Oh, he left the call just now.
Oh,
I think his power went out.
oh shoot. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, oh jeez.
You saw that? We both turned
Yeah,
around.
yeah. I was like, oh,
I'm gonna have to check the VOD for that
um,
one.
yeah, yeah, no, because I was just checking the stream because you froze for a sec, and the stream help was going down for a second.
Oh.
But no, it's fine. It's fine. Like I'm looking at it right now. It's fine.
Yeah.
But
So
it
sorry,
was like,
sorry in
fucking
advance
weird.
if we go offline.
Yeah, the weather's bad. That's also why it's so dark.
Yep. Yeah, Ibrahim is slowly turning into Batman. He hasn't played the Lego one, but he has become it. Um,
Buy it for me and I'll play it. Anyways.
no, I'm kidding. So
Um,
so here's the thing. I don't know. Should we talk about like some other stuff that Shaun isn't gonna necessarily be into? Because
I mean, yeah,
I don't
might as
because
well.
I
I
don't I
mean,
don't think Shaun would ever consider playing Withering Waves, for example.
is
Um,
that how it's pronounced? I thought it was Wuthering Waves.
I thought it was Withering. Is it not?
WU?
I don't know. I've heard
Either
it in
way,
commercials be called Withering, but it's Wuthering, but it's
either way, that gotcha game, Wuthering Waves, uh, don't cancel us if we pronounce that wrong. But they've got a big DLC with the Dream Not Dreamed DLC, which is a Cyberpunk DLC.
yeah.
And it actually like there I'm not into gotcha games right now, but I do want to get into some of them. Not because gambling, but just because like they seem like a lot of fun having a big anime open world with like a fun combat style. But I'm honestly just waiting for what was it called? Like
Yeah,
Anantha,
Ananta,
whatever it is.
Ananta, yeah.
Yeah, that one to come out.
Yeah.
Gee, okay, it started raining. Um, but yeah, I'm waiting for that to come up. But yeah, no, this DLC did look like a lot of fun. I saw some of the way that the characters like movesets work in the game, and they actually seem pretty interesting. So if you are a fan of that game or that game, not series,
Mhm.
that game, that DLC does seem like it would be a lot of fun, especially if you're also into Cyberpunk. But
Yes,
even if
and
you're
and
not, it
also
does seem like
also to mention it is based off not the game 2077, it's on Edge Runners. So
yeah, it's based on the show Edge Runners. It's not based on the game.
yeah,
But yeah, no, it's cool because Lucy has like her net runner abilities with like her what's the wire called? Do you remember?
I haven't watched Edge Runners in a minute. I should
The
know this.
the
She's in
net runner
Guilty
like
Gear.
wire in their wrists.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, she has that. You see some other characters. I don't want to say too much because it is part of the both Cyberpunk story and the game story.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say too much, but I mean, it does look like a lot of fun. So if you are into that game series, would recommend checking that out.
Yeah. No, and I do know, without trying to spoil anything, there are some and not in an inappropriate way like a lot of games do nowadays. There is Edge Runners story fan service that I have seen online. That is all I'm going to say. I'm not going to spoil it, especially if you've watched the show. Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
it does look pretty cool. Um, Next little update I want to talk about. There's no footage as of right now, but actually, wait, no, there is one thing I could mention that I forgot to include on our little document. Dead by Daylight just recently got a lot of updates and stuff announced. First of all, upcoming collaborations in November and December. In November, we're getting Terrifier in the game. So we're gonna probably see Art the Clown as a killer. About time that he joins the game. And then, funnily enough, in December, I think this is probably the most, besides maybe Five Nights at Freddy's, the most PG collaboration we get in this game. Scooby Doo is crossing
Oh,
over
Sean's
with
back.
uh Hey, welcome back, Shaun. Yeah, Scooby Doo is crossing over with Dead by Daylight in December. I think as of right now, all they showed is like a onesie of Scooby Doo for one of the survivors as a costume. But other than that, we don't know if there's gonna be any like killers or if you get to play as like Shaggy or Velma or something like that.
Playing as Shaggy as the killer, bro, you're untouchable, man. It's Shaggy.
Yeah, Scooby Doo creepy run in Dead by Daylight. Scooby Doo,
We got that
Scooby
before
Doo.
GTA 6.
Oh no, well this would be after if GTA 6 sticks to the November release. The Scooby Doo
Oh,
would be
what? This comes
yeah,
out in November, yeah.
December for Scooby Doo. So yeah. So this would be
Oh,
theoretically after if Rockstar sticks to the November release of GTA 6. But there is a bigger showcase that they had for their 10-year anniversary broadcast, which also wow, that game is 10 years old as well. They announced that they are planning a very big graphical update for the game. Besides just updating a bunch of textures, as you can see, like a before and after, a big one that I wanted to show, and I'll just jump to it. I believe the environments they're gonna add like weather. Like here's a good before and after. There's a guy. But this is how the game currently looks like, and this is how it's gonna look in December, I think, November, December. Yeah, they are planning a lot of visual updates, and also another one that speaking of our rain that me and Ibrahim have been talking about, they're gonna be adding like weather to a lot of their maps. Let me jump to that really quick. Oh no, here we
Are they
go.
changing
Dynamic
are
weather.
they changing are they
Whoa.
changing the name to Dead by Daylight 2?
I don't believe so, but here if this video loads. Oh, is this a Twitch clip? No.
Anything but balance the game.
Anything but balancing the game, yes.
But yeah, so
Sorry
oh
for
here you go.
popping out.
No, you're good, Sean.
Did the power go out?
The power went out.
Called it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I have to say this actually does look really cool. Like this is how it currently
Oh,
looks
that's
like.
a
This
sick
is how it's gonna look
visual.
in the future.
Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo.
Oh, that's actually insane.
Yeah, it's very quality. Um, but yeah, that's all starting within November December time period. But yeah. Um, before we get into some other stuff, was there any like personal things you wanted to talk about? Anything that got y'all excited personally that isn't
I don't know
necessarily
about
major reminder?
excited. I just wanted to state this fact.
Mhm,
There I was scrolling I was doom scrolling as you do.
mhm.
And I ended up finding out that there was like a very small hint of a tease, like a very small teaser slash hinting message in some of their trailers about Hero Brian being in the next Minecraft movie in Minecraft Squared, which, okay,
Yeah, I know they
He
hinted to
already
like
it a
was in
what?
the
lot.
first one.
No?
Yeah. In the credits, the like angry miner guy at the beginning, his name is Hero Brian.
Is he actually?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. No, I've heard that from somewhere, and now I'm gonna fact check myself so I don't look like an idiot.
Let's see. He's an Easter egg.
During the Enderman scene.
Yeah, Steve has white
Oh,
eyes, but that's about it.
They
hold on.
hold on, I need to look this up too, because I need to look up this
I
trailer.
just remember the
Uh
memes from when they showed Jason Momoa's character, and they thought his name was gonna be Brian. And everyone was like, there's gonna be a line where he's like, "Man, you're not a hero, Brian." And he's gonna be like, "Hey, I like that name." I remember that was a meme going into it, but
And it becomes evil.
how evil?
uh
Okay, so I was spreading misinformation. I was talking out of my out of my hole.
Man,
What I said is completely wrong.
screw verifying it with a
here
source. I'm gonna believe it.
Yeah,
here
I'm
I'll
gonna
go
believe it. I'm gonna spread it on my platform where we're supposed to spread facts.
go to 31 seconds in that link I just sent.
31 seconds. 500. 525,000.
I just like skipped randomly through it and I see Quackity and the other kid.
You said 35 seconds?
31
21.
and turn on the audio.
All right, let's see this
Oh, Quackity and Tommy. Yeah, they announced the
Good
name
what
for
we're
it.
up to.
Tommy
As well
in
as
it, that's his
introduce you
name.
to one of the newest additions to our Minecraft family.
Oh, this
Hello
guy?
there. How's it going? My name's Matt Berry. It's
Yeah.
great to meet you. Now,
No way.
I've been told I'm not
And they
allowed
kind
to
of
tell you
tease it a
exactly
little
who I'm
bit. You'll
playing in
see
this
in a
new
sec
film, but
here.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's not turquoise. Steve would not be wearing that. Unbelievable. Where was I?
So yes, there is a lot of new in
But
this
that
movie.
was kind of it.
Massive team
I was
It's
it
like a
him?
darker.
Yeah, I've
Oh
seen
my god, dude, what if Notch shows up?
You're funny. You think
Uh,
you think Microsoft will let that happen?
Hell no.
Do you guys have any other like things that you wanted to mention before we move
I
forward?
I actually do, and this is kind of a big one if you are a fan of fighting games, more specifically and especially if you're a fan of Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, because I definitely know I am. Last night, all of a sudden, like literally just out of nowhere, and this was even like a bunch of people just started texting about it in the Marvel 3 modding server. Um, there was a random Steam patch for Marvel 3, just seemingly out of nowhere. Uh, Basically they added like two DLLs in the base directory of the game to allow like OGG Orbis audio files. Um, but it is bugging a lot of mods right now. But the biggest thing is they actually like patched a glitch or two out. They removed the if you're watching this and you know Marvel 3, the Nova, I think the crossover, not what's it called? Uh I'm forgetting, but like that one Nova glitch where the screen stays locked, and the Kuboto escape glitch, which is like really big in competitive play, that got removed. But biggest of all, there's a character in Marvel 3 who is in a bunch of other Marvel games and is a very famous character, Phoenix from the X-Men. She is notoriously by herself one of the worst characters in the game, but has a like really insane comeback mechanic where she turns into Dark Phoenix if she dies where you have 5 bars of meter. That's basically her whole game plan. Is she's not that good, but if she has this comeback mechanic, she's the best character in the game. I'm just gonna show you this really quickly. Um, this is coming to us from Marvel 3 Modder Zeno on Twitter. Uh, so notice that Phoenix here has 5 bars of meter, right? I just watch what happens. Theoretically, she's supposed to have a super there, where she turns into Dark Phoenix. Somehow the game values in the files have it to where Dark Phoenix now activates if you have an impossible more than 5 meters. So until Capcom patches this out, or unless you have an old save, like an old file backed up and put it in your directory, Dark Phoenix is now the worst character in the game. They essentially 11 no, not 11 years later, more 15 years later, they finally they finally patched Phoenix. Um but it is also messing up a lot of mods right now, especially audio mods. So if you are watching this and you are part of the Marvel vs. Capcom modding server, there is a patch that released in case the game did auto update. Otherwise, please just back up your files. Just make it in a new directory on File Explorer and make that as its own like non-Steam game. You can play it modded still. But in the
I have a
meantime, it
question.
is yes.
So like with Steam games, if you go to the properties, you can roll back the save, like the version of the game. Can you do that with this or no?
No, because it's not like a beta or anything. It's a proper version. Um,
Oh, okay. I was
so
asking because like I know like with Counter Strike, you can go to like Counter Strike like back to CS:GO or like old Legacy editions.
yeah, no,
So I
unfortunately,
was wondering if it was
unfortunately,
the same thing.
that's not a thing with Marvel 3. Um,
They don't want you
but
guys finding out they stole assets from
but
modders for Tokon.
but um but no. So it is raising a lot of questions though on because this is the kind of thing where it's just like considering it's out of nowhere, does this mean we're getting a rollback in Marvel 3? Which if that is the case, it would be kind of a double-edged sword because on the one hand, finally this game is no longer having delay-based netcode and we don't have to use Parsec anymore. On the other hand, what happens to the 5 years, 6 years worth of modding that's happened for the game? Like there's now like 130, like almost 130 characters in the game thanks to mods, and that 6 years of development time and finally adding custom slots and custom animations and all that just kind of goes away. Um, so only time will tell. I'm really hoping that that's not the case because that would be really a really big like knife in the back to the modding scene. But again, only time will tell. Shaun, do you have any personal news that you want to share or?
No.
All
Or
right.
so he was gonna start saying what he had for dinner last night or something.
Oh, I can talk about that. Yeah. I made chili.
Nice.
Beautiful. I love chili.
Subscribe for more gaming news.
Yeah.
Yeah, subscribe for more games. I actually do have something that I was meant to share last week, but I accidentally forgot to. We got some news from Jeff Keighley on the Steam machine. More so
Oh, yeah.
more so exactly when it is going to ship. Not
GameCube.
Yes, the GameCube. No, still no exact release date, and pre-orders still are not live. However, we did get confirmation. If this video loads, I'm just putting up the old trailer from when Valve announced a bunch of their stuff. It was announced officially that the Steam machine ships out this summer. Still no news
I would
yet.
also
Oh,
I would like to say that although this was said by Jeff Keighley, Steam did confirm it in a blog post.
yes. So yeah, Steam machine, it does ship this summer. Still no confirmation on when exactly this summer, or especially the price, which that is raising a lot of speculation on. You know, if it costs over 600, let's say, is this going to be a flop or not? But time will tell. We're still waiting for more news on that, but it does ship officially this summer for those who are interested. One last another piece of hardware thing I actually want to talk about just really quickly. That is a PlayStation controller. We were talking about fighting games earlier. The PlayStation Flex Strike got pre-orders that are live right now. It is I believe it is a wireless fight stick, correct?
Not sure if it's
Hello?
wireless, but yeah, this was so random. I didn't hear anything about this until the pre-orders open, and then I just suddenly saw it, and I'm like, what?
And it seems like it's definitely being
Why?
advertised with the release of Marvel Telecon, since it is being a PlayStation published game. Yeah,
Oh
oh
yeah,
yeah, it
sure.
says right
Yeah, it is
here it's a
wireless.
wireless fight stick. Wow. But yeah, so it is, pre-orders are now live for it. This is the first time I've actually seen anything about this. Um,
I
but
like
yeah,
the way it looks, but I'm not big on fighting games. Functionally, does this look good?
functionally, I mean, I'm just worried about the buttons. Like if they're too low. Uh, I will say, especially nowadays, the fighting game scene has stick, and I can even actually show my own personal. A lot of fighting game players nowadays are starting to switch from stick to a leverless design, to where the stick is replaced with buttons that you hold in almost a like keyboard in the spacebar sense. So it really just
Okay.
depends on your needs. I personally have
And in
felt
all
a lot of
fairness,
differences, but
though,
yeah.
they right towards the end when we or not towards the end, but like right when you cut it off, they were saying how there's like you can change what the joystick is mapped to either D-pad or a joystick. So I feel like
Oh
that
yeah,
does kind of
that's
make sense then.
I mean that's a normal for
Granted,
all
it is
fighting
for
game
fighting
controllers with
games.
sticks. There's always
Oh,
like,
okay.
even I have a stick up there on a shelf that has that feature as well. That's just been the norm for a while,
Oh,
depending
okay.
on like
I didn't know.
what games allow like certain inputs on menus, like Tekken for example, and like Tekken 7 at least the left stick you can't use for the menus, like you have to use the D-pad, so that's where that would come in handy.
Oh, okay.
Um, I mean, maybe Sony releases like a mod attachment or something where you can swap out the stick for a leverless design. Don't know how that would work theoretically, just because it would make it potentially
You buy a
smaller.
second one.
Yeah, they're probably gonna release a leverless version now that I think about that. But yeah, pre-orders are now live for the PlayStation Flex Strike. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna hand this one to you, Ibrahim, just because you are more well versed in this.
Yeah.
The Xbox CEO.
Yeah,
The new
so
Xbox CEO. You
the
got
new
some news on
Xbox
her,
CEO,
correct?
I should probably look up her name. I keep forgetting what
It's
it is.
Asha, I think.
Asha something. Let me look it up.
Yes, Asha
Uh,
something.
Asha Sharma.
Yes, Asha
I was
Sharma, the
so
new
close.
CEO of
I
Xbox.
almost thought it was Shawarma. I can't lie.
I thought it
Shawarma.
was shawarma. I heard
Yeah.
shawarma.
But yeah,
Asha
Xbox
Shawarma.
CEO, as we all know, she's been doing great things for Xbox. Now, some people have said that her quote unquote honeymoon phase as CEO is over because of what she's doing now, but I actually think that she's still like killing it personally, because this kind of seems like an underhanded move, but it didn't go through, so it's fine. but she tried actually removing Fable and Halo from being crossplay to PlayStation, which is something we did kind of mention before, that it would still be on PC, but it wouldn't be on PlayStation. However, I will say, considering all the PlayStation exclusives now, like it is kind of fair that they're doing this. And
Yes.
something I do want to say, hey, can you pull up this video? I just sent you the video,
Yeah,
the link to, Omar.
I got you.
So, I'm gonna wait for him to pull that up. But yeah, no, this, I do think it's good that she's
Oh
trying
yeah,
to
this
get
is the
more.
trailer from the showcase.
So go to full screen real quick.
Yeah.
So if you notice at the bottom, it says captured on PS5 Pro, and there are speculations that this was meant to be at the PlayStation showcase until Asha Sharma came in and she was like, "Hot no," and that's
Maybe.
why it's recorded on a PS5 Pro. But the Halo and Fable are still coming to PlayStation just because of prior contracts and obligations. However, Gears of War E-Day will not, as
Yeah,
far as I'm aware.
that was announced last week as well.
Yeah.
It was announced to be on PlayStation, and then when the pre-orders went live, they said nope, just Xbox and PC. And then they also said that about
Yeah.
the what was that, like, steampunk looking BioShock game that was announced as well, that's coming out next year. They said that was also going to be an Xbox exclusive.
I am not sure.
But yeah, whatever that
But
game
yeah.
was, that's also going to be exclusive to
Yeah.
Xbox.
And then, as we know, she lowered the cost of Xbox Game Pass, which thank you. And it was actually interesting because after the price of Game Pass went up, like they actually ended up losing money from Game Pass because so many people unsubscribed that they took a net loss from the price going up. So lowering it actually like was more of a benefit than keeping it up high.
Mhm.
And the third thing that I want to talk about with the Xbox CEO is that, as far as I'm aware, nothing's been confirmed yet, but there are talks that the Xbox and Activision deal may be falling through because Activision is they they're essentially taking a big cut, or yeah, they're taking a big cut from Xbox, but Xbox isn't making that money back, so they're effectively losing money from the Activision deal, which is something they have talked about, and that has been like confirmed that that is happening. So there is speculation and rumors that the Xbox and Activision deal may fall through. So yeah, no, I still think that she's still doing a great job because like she's getting more exclusives to Xbox, which since PlayStation has like God of War and a couple other exclusives that are coming now, which are going to help them, Xbox getting a few of their own exclusives is definitely also gonna be a big benefit for them. So that's something that I think is great. And then obviously lowering Game Pass is great. And then cutting the Activision deal, honestly, like I feel like that's kind of indifferent because the Call of Duty games are on both consoles as is. Um, but I think it would just be a benefit for Xbox since they would be losing less money, which they can then put towards other things like cheaper consoles or whatever they may do. But yeah, just a quick update on that.
I mean, definitely, especially considering after the state of play, and just
Yeah.
from that report where Sony's stopping putting their games on PC. I do think that was actually like probably a move because Xbox said that their upcoming console is going to be a PC console hybrid, and I don't think Sony
Yeah.
wants their exclusives. If it's true that that Xbox console will have some sort of Steam integration, I don't think they want games like God of War or Spider-Man on Xbox, especially not just PlayStation themselves, but Sony as a whole. It's like Sony owns Spider-Man. They want it to
Yeah,
keep it exclusive to
no,
themselves.
absolutely.
But yeah. All right. With that being said, let's get into the main topic of today's
Wait,
episode.
real quick, Sean, did you
Oh.
want to add anything?
Sean, sorry.
Sorry, I've been dealing with my internet like flowing in and out, so I'm getting like getting a few things every once in a while. But no, not really. Maybe the console wars are coming back.
Yeah, no, they might be coming
Most
back.
likely. I mean, Nintendo's been
Except
staying in it.
it's going to be the console wars, except instead of having a whole slew of exclusive titles you could argue for, it's going to be like 2 on each console.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In case of PlayStation, probably just 1.
Do you want Wolverine or do you want Gears of War?
Yeah.
God.
Oh, the PS5 Series X generation was so competitive. One of them had Astrobot for like 5 years and nothing else.
Astrobot was from what I've heard amazing though.
Oh, it's
Give
so
us
good.
Sackboy. Give us Sackboy. We want Sackboy back.
You're not getting Sackboy back. They took him out back. They shot him.
They
You're never getting
Yeah,
another Little
they
Big Planet.
basically did.
Unfortunately. I mean, there was Sackboy Big Adventure, and that was a more traditional platformer, but besides
It's not
that,
Little Big Planet.
it's definitely
Everyone
not
wanted
Little
Little
Planet.
Big Planet. It wasn't Little Big Planet.
Yeah.
I heard it was still a solid. I actually, it's in my Steam library. I need to play it soon at some point, but I've heard it was still a solid time in terms of like 3D.
Get it while you can. They may make it exclusive again.
No, it's already been on. I mean, no, they probably could delist it. But anyways, today's main topic. Last Tuesday we saw the end of the summer game announcement season with the last major game publication having their showcase, and that is the annual Summer Nintendo Direct. I'm not gonna lie, we're not gonna cover too much on it because most of the announcements here were ports of a bunch of games that have already either been out on platforms for years that couldn't run on the Switch 1, so they're putting it on the Switch 2, or yeah, well, we mentioned that last week, that whole fiasco. So yeah, either ports that have already been games that have already been on other platforms for years, or games that have already been announced at other showcases, like Lord of the Fallen 2, for example, was announced for coming to Switch 2. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, like especially for a Nintendo audience. Like these are games that people have been wanting to play on a Nintendo platform for years, which for them it's great, but for consumers who like have already had other consoles for years or on PC or stuff like that, it's tough to get excited for something like, hey, Devil May Cry 5 is coming to Switch 2 when Devil May Cry 5 has been out since 2019. And the tagline Hunter Edition for Switch 2 makes it seem like they're getting new content when there's not, which is unfortunate. But so yeah, it's not necessarily that they're bad announcements, far from it. Like I think it's great. Capcom is having a big presence. I think it's insane that Stellar Blade is coming to another console besides PlayStation, and the first one is Switch 2 before Xbox. I think that's hilarious. But so yeah, there's nothing really big to mention in terms of like the third-party ports that have already been announced. But to make up for it, though, there is some first-party stuff I want to talk about. First, we got to open the direct. We got an overview trailer, and probably what's going to be the last trailer for the upcoming Rhythm Heaven Groove, releasing on July 2nd. There's nothing too much out of the ordinary. It's a new Rhythm Heaven game, first time since I believe Fever on the Wii. Which if it is, it's been a while, and I'm very excited for it. I love Rhythm Heaven, so seeing how it's completely new, like all the mini games and stuff are brand new as well. I'm excited to see how Groove is. They confirmed some stuff like multiplayer in a Rhythm Heaven game, which I'm curious to see how that's gonna be. Which is something crazy. Have you all played any of the Rhythm Heaven games before?
I've watched a lot of like TikToks about them and stuff, but I
Yeah.
haven't played them personally.
No.
No. But yeah, they're a fun
This
time.
looks like WarioWare.
It might be made by the. I mean, they're mini games, but I think they're the same studio on Nintendo who do them. But
Yeah.
it's a fun
I'm sorry
time.
for being very ignorant.
No, you're good. But yeah, no, this game releases on July 2nd. A big thing about it too is that it's coming out on the Switch 1. This is after a long 9 years. This is the last first-party Nintendo game releasing on the Switch 1. So that is, in terms of that, it is major in that way. So
Jeez, the Switch came out 9 years ago.
yeah, and in March of next year it'll be 10 years. But yeah, so from now on, expect every game we talk about for this, and expect every future first-party Nintendo release announced to be only for the Switch 2. Switch 1 is officially, in terms of Nintendo's eyes, after Rhythm Heaven Groove comes out, in terms of first-party support, is gone. But yeah. Next game I want to talk about is actually a third-party game, but it is a exclusive to the Switch 2. And that is a game that we've heard about for a while called Orbitals. This is we finally got a release date on this game, coming out September 3rd with pre-orders live. It is a game similar to stuff like It Takes Two and Split Fiction, where it's a multiplayer platformer. Very stylized, though, I will say. I do love the animation.
Actually, those look kind of cool.
But yeah, it's a multiplayer platformer in the same vein of games like It Takes Two and Split Fiction, with a very like anime art style that looks really, really cool. And this definitely does remind me of stuff like Studio Ghibli or like 80s and 90s anime like Cowboy Bebop, especially. Yeah, what do y'all think of, if this is your first time seeing the trailer, what do y'all think?
This actually looks kind of fun. I mean, I played It Takes Two with a good friend of mine,
Me too.
And like we had a great time playing that, and like this looks like it could be fun as well. Like, I mean, as long as they don't like just kind of like as long as they don't just try and copy It Takes Two and they actually have like their own unique take on it, or like like how Split Fiction was like more narrative driven while It Takes Two was more of a platformer. Like as long as it's something like that where it's like they have something that makes them stand out. Like this kind of reminds me of Cuphead, which is cool.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be really fun.
Yeah, no, it looks solid. What about you, Sean? What do you
Yeah.
think?
I love these type of games. I think we should have more of them. I just really hope that it doesn't become like an oversaturated formula, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
mini games. I mean,
But
it looks really solid.
yeah, no, it looks really cool, and I love this stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, and the art style too.
Mhm.
Any game with an actual art style, I will always appreciate. I'm
As long
so
as it's
sick of
not Mario and Unreal Engine.
yeah, I'm so sick of Mario and Unreal Engine.
That's fair. But yeah, Orbitals releases on September 23rd exclusively for the Switch 2 as right now with pre-orders live. No word on if it's going to leave Switch 2 exclusivity, but I will say it's kind of crazy because this has been a game for a while when it got announced. I'm like, you know what? This is probably something I would definitely, not even probably something, I would definitely get this if I were to ever buy a Switch 2. But
You
yeah,
know
no.
what I wonder? I wonder if it'll have local multiplayer with just a single Joy-Con. That would be cool.
It should. I mean, did It Takes Two
Because
didn't
like,
have local multiplayer? I think it did.
well, I mean, like with the Joy-Cons though, like just one Joy-Con per person, because that
Oh,
would be perfect for this.
maybe. I mean, it does look like it has camera controls like It Takes Two, so we'll have to see.
Use the, I don't know, if they can do that though, where it's like if you can do local multiplayer and play with only one Joy-Con, that would be like that's what the Switch was made for. Like that'd
Mhm.
be perfect.
Yeah. All right, we got another first party trailer. We got another update for a Switch exclusive game, a first party one as well. It's been 9 months ago since Nintendo announced this. We got a new trailer for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, which releases officially on September 17th this year. Pre-orders are live right now for the Nintendo Switch 2. Not really much that I can say. I mean, I am a big Fire Emblem fan, but with the story trailer, it looks really solid. That's all I can really say. For a Fire Emblem game, it looks great. I saw hold on, let me get to it. I saw the main character's character designs, and I instantly said, okay, we got at least 3 new Smash Brothers characters right here. Um, we got at least 3 new Smash reps. Um, but no, it looks
They're all
solid.
gonna be one character with different skins.
But no, it looks really solid. In recent years, the more I've been getting into RPGs, Fire Emblem has been one that's got me into tactics RPGs, especially Awakening on 3DS and Three Houses on Switch. Those were fantastic. Um, this game just looks great, and I will say, speaking of Three Houses as well, if there is anyone who's gonna watch this play Three Houses, she was in the first trailer, but we saw the grown-up version of Sothis again at the very end, who's basically like the god of the game in Three Houses. So we'll have to see how if that ties into the lore from Three Houses in any way, shape, or form. But yeah, releases September 17th. Pre-orders are live right now for the physical digital copies as well as a collector's edition. I believe on the My Nintendo store. But yeah, what do y'all think?
Why does he run like that?
I don't know.
Go back a couple seconds. Hold up. Not that. I said a couple seconds.
It'll pop up eventually. Oh, the Coliseum thing. Yeah, right here.
Yeah, like
That is
that running animation.
that is an
Why is he
awkward
so
run
stiff?
animation. It's a Fire Emblem.
I mean, I haven't played a Fire Emblem game in a minute, so this would actually be pretty fun to play.
Sean, you're probably
You know what I think about these types of games.
absolutely nothing.
Moving on before we get canceled.
But I will say, I am very scared for how well this game is going to perform because Nintendo. So digitally, this game is going to be costing $70, which it's a standard at this point with video games. But a while ago, Nintendo announced that they're going to be doing a thing where some of their games they're not even some, their first party games will be cheaper digitally and $10 more expensive physically, which means this game is going to be $80 physically. Which here's the thing, Fire Emblem's great. It's a great series, especially if you're into RPGs and if you're into the series already. if you're trying to have somebody get into Fire Emblem, especially on your new platform, and have it be priced at $80 for a franchise that they might not necessarily be into, I feel like you're kind of gonna kill sales physically at least.
I mean, yeah, 70 like that really hit gamers hard getting the new price point, but 80, damn.
Especially for a series that isn't like a game like Mario Kart World. That was still very questionable. But at least with something like Mario Kart World, it's Mario Kart. There is much more consumer like knowledge and value in a Mario Kart than a Fire Emblem would. And it's not to say
Yeah.
Fire Emblem's bad, but it's just like Mario's more popular than Fire Emblem. It's just common sense.
It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am very scared to see the sales for this game. I mean, I do think Nintendo's definitely going to make more Fire Emblem in the future, right? Like it's been a franchise of theirs in Japan since the Famicom, and in the US since like the GameCube, Game Boy Advance era. So it's definitely going to stick around. But I just really don't want potentially low sales for this to be, and especially considering it is a new story. Like how did if there was like if it was a Fire Emblem Warriors 3 and it had like Marth and Ike and Roy and characters that people might know from Smash Brothers on the box, that's gonna attract more people. But completely new story
Running
like
animation.
yeah, but a completely new story like this, I am scared for the sales, but hopefully it ends up selling well because I do like Fire Emblem and I would not mind seeing more of this franchise in the future. But yeah, releases September 17th. Pre-orders are live right now. Next, let me see. Oh, here's another Switch exclusive. Have y'all ever heard of a game called Ninjala on the Switch One?
No.
The unison no. Okay, so Ninjala was this game that's still exclusive with the Switch One that was basically like Splatoon, but you play as like these like little samurai kids who like chew super powered like bubble gum to give them special abilities, and even got a lot of collab over the years. That's a pretty fun time, and I remember when the game came out, besides the like online Splatoon aspect, there was a story DLC that I actually played for a while, and it was pretty fun. They all of a sudden announced at the direct that we are getting a Ninjala 2. Um, Completely out of nowhere, I completely forgot the first one came out for a while. I'm not gonna lie, but it was pleasant to see that this game was still getting content, or like the series was still getting content. It looks pretty solid. Up there's the balloon. It looks pretty solid for the most part. I really can't say anything. It looks like Ninjala 1, but on the Switch 2.
Okay, I can't lie. The gameplay actually looks kind of fun.
Yeah, no, the first game was fun. It definitely focused way more on the online multiplayer aspect as it did the story. And the online multiplayer is going to return in this, they did say, but there even is, you can see right here, like a Monster Hunter aspect.
Mhm.
But yeah, Ninjala 2 releases spring next year, exclusively for the Switch 2, just like how the first one was exclusive for the Switch 1. Not much I can say. It's more Ninjala. If you're into that, you're into that. If you're a Splatoon fan, you'll probably enjoy that. But yeah. What else? Let's talk about Xenoblade. There's another RPG from Nintendo I'm a big fan of. We got some news for some Xenoblade content on Switch 2. First of all, Xenoblade Chronicles X had already been on Switch, had got a Switch 2 port for a while now, but they announced that the rest of the series, Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3, which, now it means the entire series is also on Switch 2, are getting Switch 2 versions that update the game in some way, shape, or form, whether it be in frame rate and resolution in terms of new content as well. That's going to be exciting. But the big takeaway from all the Xenoblade news coming to us from the Direct, a completely brand new game got announced, and it isn't a Xenoblade Chronicles. No, it is a new installment called Xenoblade Genesis, and Nintendo is advertising it as a new beginning for the series. As so, whether this be a prequel, whether this be like a new universe in the Xenoblade lore, it looks solid. I can't wait for this personally. Again, during quarantine I got into Xenoblade, and I played Definitive Edition in its entirety, and I absolutely fell in love with that. I already thought Shulk was cool because I'd seen him in Smash Brothers, but like seeing the game that he's from,
Backslash.
yeah, and seeing the game that he's from and playing that and falling in love with that world, I cannot wait for this. It looks solid. Releases at some point in 2027 exclusively for the Nintendo Switch 2. If the game ends up being good, again, it's probably something I would use to debate getting Switch 2. But yeah, Shaun, I'm not gonna ask you. I already understand. No offense.
Forgive my ignorance, but which is is this the third or fourth Xenoblade game?
So okay, installment wise, this is technically the 5th game in the series because it was Xenoblade and then Xenoblade X, Xenoblade 2, Xenoblade 3. So it's the fifth
Okay.
installment, but we don't know yet if this is like a separate universe, if this is a prequel, because there's no mech, there's no Bionis here at all. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So it's not like main timeline or anything.
doesn't seem like it. No.
Okay. I mean, it does look like fun. Kind of giving me like Hogwarts Legacy vibes. I can't lie.
That's the vibes you got from this.
Hogwarts Legacy, but like look at the architecture on the buildings, and it's like all students and stuff, but like with Xenoblade combat.
Maybe. I mean, we didn't. I don't think we got to look at the combat. This is mainly just like a story reveal because it is a new universe.
Well, I mean, they're fighting with swords. I know what Xenoblade combat is, so like I'm just imagining that.
Yeah. I mean, unless they take it in a new direction because they are saying a new beginning. So I kind of hope it's not like that because I really like Xenoblade's gameplay and I like how unique it is. So turning something like Xenoblade into a hack and slash, I don't know how much of a fan I would be of that.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But yeah. So Xenoblade Genesis releases at some point in 2027 for the Nintendo Switch 2. Next, let's see what we got here. Do we talk about Switch Sports Resort, Shaun?
Dude, I don't care
Do
about
we talk
it.
about do we talk about a thumb wrestling
It's
game?
nothing. No, I mean it was really funny because
I'll just
somebody backed out of the show and they needed to fill in the time slot, so they just they put in the thumb war for 20 minutes.
so yeah, well, I'll just talk
So
about it while we're at it.
stupid.
So Nintendo Switch Sports Resort got announced. It's a sequel to Switch Sports on the Switch One, but how that was a Switch version of Wii Sports. This is a Switch 2 version of Wii Sports Resort. There's a lot of new mini games that are going to be in this one that weren't in the original. With the main one that Nintendo felt the need to focus 5 minutes of direct time on, and I'll try to find it. Where is it? Where is it? I can't find it. Is it here? Thumb
Oh, right there.
wrestling.
Yeah.
They spent 5 minutes of direct time focusing on thumb wrestling. But yeah, it's Switch Sports, but on the Switch 2. I still don't like how they're trying to like Mii's are included, but they're trying to do the whole Sports Pal characters instead.
Sports Bell?
That's what their names. Because look, it's not Mii's. It's like these new guys.
Do I talk about
Oh,
my game theory regarding the thumb war thing?
sure. Let's hear it.
I'm telling you, I'm okay, and I have no evidence for this
Mhm.
apart from like just something that like I heard in passing, right? But I'm very or I got a hunch that it was Todd Howard who backed out. That was gonna be something Starfield was gonna be announced for Switch 2, and they backed out or
Yeah.
something, or it wasn't finished because it's Bethesda, and so they backed out of the show early, and then they needed to fill in the slot, so they did 5 minutes of thumb
Thumb wrestling.
wrestling.
Maybe. I mean, there is a Starfield Switch 2 port that got like officially rated in another country. So time will tell with that. Or maybe it was supposed to be like Eyes of Heaven R and they Bandai Namco just pulled out for some reason. Which I don't
I
think that
just
would have been
really
the
want to
case.
imagine Todd Howard being like,
There's
"Oh God,
Starfield.
it's not ready. We can't announce Starfield yet. We got."
But yeah. So yeah, Switch Sports Resort. If you're into it, you're into it. October 22nd for Switch 2. Pre-orders live now.
I was glad they're keeping the sports series, the sports resort series alive because those have always been fun. The only thing though is Matt's gonna be in it.
Matt wasn't in the first one with the first Switch Sports.
Really?
No, they weren't really focusing on Mii's. They were focusing on the new characters.
They better bring him back, bro. Matt's supposed to crush you in your dreams.
And then, all right, we got a very. I wish we had gotten a better trailer for this, but at least we got something. Dustbloods. We got like a very weird like story trailer that just showed a bunch of environments and a bunch of like the enemies that we're gonna see in the game. This is a Switch 2 exclusive coming to us from FromSoft, very Bloodborne-like, as Shaun put it.
Anything but Bloodborne. They'll do
yeah.
anything except Bloodborne.
We didn't get any gameplay from this trailer, but we did get a confirmation that it is still coming out this year, and there is going to be a closed network test this summer on the Switch 2. So this summer we'll see some gameplay, hopefully. But yeah, Shaun, I know you're a big FromSoft guy, a big Souls fan. What was your thoughts on this?
It's nothing.
Yeah,
I get nothing.
yeah. This is similar to Shaun's favorite video game trailer of all time, Guild Wars 3. So It is. It's Shaun's favorite game. Yeah, closed network test summer 2026. Game still comes out this year at some point. More news. Whenever more news for that comes out, we will post about it.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm just dude. Oh, there you go. You've been disconnected. Dude, I don't know why, but the connection has been so bad. Like just randomly.
That's just
Everything will freeze.
that's on your end, by the way. Omar's thing's fine.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if
Yeah.
I don't, if I'm cutting out or something, or I'm not responding, it's because,
The weather.
yeah, it's because,
Oh, there, he's just like that.
That's all good. Actually, before we get into the last couple things, there's one announcement I do want to talk about that's kind of a pretty big deal in that fandom, and that is Final Fantasy. We are getting a HD 2D game for Final Fantasy, first of its kind, I will say as well. Final Fantasy Resonance, a completely brand new turn-based Final Fantasy game. The first time we've gotten one of those since I think Final Fantasy 12 on the Xbox 360. So it's definitely been well over like 15 years, I think, since a new turn-based Final Fantasy. So I am very excited for this. It looks good. The story, from what I've heard from a lot of other Final Fantasy fans, is that it's following the Brave Exvius story from the mobile game, which seems like Square Enix is doing that for a lot of their IPs, taking a lot of the really cool stories that were left behind these mobile games and putting them in big console releases, which I wouldn't mind, like, especially if it's just a lore thing. It's not like they're making a mobile game paid. But no, it looks solid. If you've played a lot of the other Square Enix HD 2D games like Octopath Traveler or a lot of the Dragon Quest remakes they've done in the past couple of years, they're very visually beautiful games, and I'm very excited to see what Square Enix does with this one. It is crazy that we are finally getting a new turn-based Final Fantasy, but it looks solid. It releases
All the Final Fantasy. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, what were you saying?
To all the Final Fantasy fans, why is it called Final Fantasy if it's not the Final Fantasy? You don't see Fable being like first Fable or like Fable beginning. Like, no, it's just Fable, Fable 1, Fable 2, Fable 3. When are we getting the Final Fantasy?
It is
Just
what
call
is.
it Fantasy or something.
But yeah, Final Fantasy Resonance releases October 22nd on all platforms. It even has a PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam page up. With pre-orders, I believe, are available right now. On October 22nd. So yeah.
Also, it's not to say I dislike Final Fantasy. I'm just saying, like, bro, when's the Final Fantasy?
All right. We have literally, hold on. We have like 3 or 4 last things to talk about. The third to last thing. We got news and a reveal for Deltarune Chapter 5. It is finally coming out. Releasing June 24th. So literally not even 9 days away from Chapter 5. Obviously, Chapter 5 will be releasing on all platforms that Deltarune is available on. But we got, just like last time for 3 and 4, we got the reveal trailer for Chapter 5 on the Nintendo Direct. I will definitely be playing this. I adore Toby Fox games. I adore Undertale and Deltarune, and I really enjoyed Chapter 3 and Chapter 4, so I can't wait to see what Toby's cooked up with Chapter 5. And it does also mean that there are only 2 chapters left of Deltarune before the game is over. So yeah, what do y'all think? Are y'all into Undertale or Deltarune at all?
I love Undertale so much. I was so like deep into the lore back in the day. I never got into Deltarune, unfortunately, but I do want to because I love Toby Fox's games and stuff. So, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, for sure. Shaun,
Yeah,
what
I
about
like.
you?
I'm in the same boat. Like, I really liked Undertale, but I haven't played Deltarune yet.
Mhm.
What I do wonder is Deltarune still made in Game Maker?
Let me search it up.
If it is, that's that's still really funny to me.
I mean, it's Toby Fox. He
Yes,
might.
it is still being made in Game Maker.
That is insane.
Yeah. He even
Game, I
apparently
mean,
Toby Fox has also worked directly with Game Maker's developers to add specific features to the engine.
I have a
that's
question.
wild.
Yes, Ibrahim.
Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, I'm reading the Steam page for Deltarune, so I was like, I wonder how much it costs right now. I was about to ask if it's just like DLC update or something. I just see on here it says try chapter 1 and 2 for free now. Chapter 3 and 4 you must buy.
So yeah, chapter 3 onwards you're gonna have to pay for, but 1 and 2 were free releases when they came out.
Is
But
it
yeah.
all just one game? Like it's
Yeah.
not like how like
No, it's not
other
like
games are like,
it's not like Poppy Playtime or Telltale Games or something like that. It's all one game.
bro, Toby Fox just cooking, bro.
But yeah, no,
As
it
always.
looks really solid. I really enjoyed chapter 3 and 4. So yeah, we'll see. All right, we got two more things to talk about that are of note. Which were what closed the show. First of all, we got a bunch of Kingdom Hearts news. First of all,
Let's go, Kingdom Hearts.
so
Finally.
the first big one, so a couple of years back when Sora was released Smash Ultimate, they ported literally every Kingdom Hearts game up at that point to the Nintendo Switch 1, but they were digital like cloud-based releases. And no, I don't mean cloud as in Final Fantasy because he is in the first two games. I mean like, you know, you have to cloud stream them on the Switch 1 because file size stuff and also the Switch 1 could not run Kingdom Hearts 3 and Kingdom Hearts 2.8. But we are getting full-on native ports of the entire franchise on Switch 2, and also apparently Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 from the PS2 is coming natively to Switch 1 finally, but the thing is it's just a very big file size of like 54 gigabytes. But yeah, that was a big reveal. There's even a free demo of Kingdom Hearts 3 if anyone wants to try that on the Switch 2 if you've never played Kingdom Hearts before. I absolutely adore this franchise and I love it, and I think it's great that there's finally a native port on it on a Nintendo platform. But that is not the big takeaway I wanted to talk about with Kingdom Hearts, because the even bigger news was that after I think like 4 years of no news whatsoever, after 4 years of waiting for us to get brand new news from Square Enix and from Disney, we finally got a brand new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer during this Nintendo
Spoiler warning
Direct.
trailer.
Huh?
Spoiler warning trailer.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, we finally got a new Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer. And not only did we get a new trailer, it actually showed off some more stuff from the story and some more environments that we're going to see in the gameplay besides fighting that giant Heartless that we did in that first trailer. Nobody was expecting this whatsoever because, again,
Finally, a new Kingdom Hearts. Sorry.
like the last place anyone was expecting a Kingdom Hearts trailer to be shown was Nintendo, especially considering how big of a history it has with Sony and how big of a history recently they've been doing with PC and Xbox.
Can
But
we
yeah,
talk
no,
about
it
the
looks
new art
great.
style though?
Yeah, no, it looks great.
Bro, I love how Sora looks. Finally, a new Kingdom Hearts though.
Yeah,
Finally.
it's been since 2019. It's been 7 years since the last new one with Kingdom Hearts 3. And it's been 4 years since the announcement of Kingdom Hearts 4, funnily enough. But no, it looks great. I think there was I'll have to look for it here, but no, it looks really solid. There was a piece of UI that somebody saw in one of the trailers, maybe on like a different uh on a different account, where it looked like one of the worlds potentially that's going to be in this game is a Moana world. So we'll have to see. I know the last game did include stuff like Toy Story and Frozen, and like I think Toy Story, Frozen, like Monsters Inc. So we'll see. This game still, I believe, doesn't have a set release date, but there was a really big piece of news revealed. And that was in the addition of how Final Fantasy VII Revelation is going to be releasing on all platforms and not just as a timed exclusive. Granted, Kingdom Hearts 3 did release on both Xbox and PS4. Kingdom Hearts 4 is releasing simultaneously day and date on PS5, Xbox Series, PC, and Nintendo Switch 2, which is huge because, again, Kingdom Hearts has such a big connotation with Sony and being a PlayStation exclusive for most of its life that, same with like Final Fantasy VII, we're getting this on all platforms day and date, which is huge. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, but it's Kingdom Hearts, okay? You
Yeah.
need that everywhere. Everyone likes Kingdom Hearts. It's Kingdom Hearts.
Shaun, have you ever played Kingdom Hearts?
No.
Okay, so maybe not everyone likes Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, he hasn't played it. That doesn't mean he doesn't like it.
I think
Bro,
you would.
we need
The story is
the-
confusing though. So a heads up to anyone who wants to get into it. The story is
Yeah, no, it is. You know what makes it worse? The
What?
mobile game isn't existent anymore, which had some of the most important
Yeah.
lore to the Kingdom Hearts series.
Yeah, that is true. Even like the most obscure of spin-offs are important to the lore. I'm looking at you. Was it 56 days over 2 or whatever on the DS?
Whatever it's called.
My God. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4. It's coming out at some point. I will say, given that we saw a lot more gameplay in this one than the last trailer, I wouldn't be too surprised if the game does come out at some point in 2027, probably like winter 2027 or like January 2028. But yeah, only time will tell. There is one last game that was revealed in this direct, though. It was something that we talked about beforehand as it was leaked, so unfortunately the announcement of it was kind of just like, yeah, cool, it's happening. But it is still huge nonetheless, and that is the official announcement of a full-on from the ground up remake of The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. It was again leaked beforehand. It is officially announced to be releasing this year exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2. If the leak is going to be accurate, it will be releasing in November, which means it is the only big first like AAA release that is rivaling GTA 6 when it comes out. So yeah, what did y'all? Granted, we didn't see too much in this trailer. We did see a little hint on what the art style is going to be and what at least Child Link is going to look like. But what did
Please
y'all
give him
think?
shoes.
Well, yeah, they're going to.
Please give him shoes. I don't want to see his toes.
Yeah, what did y'all think of this announcement?
Dumb.
Uh,
First of
did you
all,
say?
you don't show us anything. Second of all, I don't like the I don't like the art style personally. It looks like Mario and Unreal Engine. Uh, third of all, why? Okay, Ocarina of Time is very accessible everywhere. Like it's not a game that you like can't play anymore. I mean, it's a very well-known game, and I just feel like a remake of it's kind of unnecessary.
That's
I
fair.
don't really see a point. Uh,
Counterpoint. It's Ocarina of Time.
yeah, but like just because a game is like popular, it doesn't mean that it necessarily needs a remake. Like there's
No,
nothing
you're right. Yeah.
like uh what about like the original Ocarina of Time like needs a remake or isn't like I'm losing myself here. But how the hell do I phrase this? There's nothing about the original Ocarina of Time that I think needs like a remake. I think it's very well set the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
I feel like the only reason that this is happening is like money. Is just so
Oh,
they have
100%.
it is literally just for money. I can't see, and okay, every video game is a product at the end of the day, but there's like this I don't think there's any vision behind this or anybody really wanted this or needed it. I think it's literally just because Nintendo knows it's gonna sell like hotcakes, so they're gonna mark it up the full price and sell it. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
I will
uh,
say I do kind of agree with Sean. Granted, I love Legend of Zelda so much, and Ocarina of Time especially, because that's like as much as people don't as much as it's debated on whether it's good or bad that they split the timelines. I think it's a cool concept, and Ocarina of Time is where that split happens. So I do like that. Like I do like that a lot, and it's one of my favorite Zelda games. But Sean's kind of right and like very right that like it didn't really need to. Like we got the N64 version, we got the DS version. Like it's definitely accessible.
Yeah. My Here's something that I'm scared about, and I think I mentioned it to y'all before. Um, I'm very worried that if this game, I think it's definitely gonna sell well. It's gonna perform metrics wise. It's gonna do numbers for Nintendo, especially just because of that name
mhm.
value. But I'm scared that this is gonna fall into the category of games like some of the Resident Evil remakes, of some of the Persona remakes that are coming out or have been out, of the original game is something that is such a masterpiece and so beloved by so many people that a remake of the game potentially being slightly worse is going to diminish the name value of that original game. Like, I'll take Persona 3 for example. Like, Persona 3 Reloaded, it was great. Don't get me wrong, but there's a couple of things about the game where people are just like, "Oh no, I don't like Persona 3," where the original Persona 3 is such a revered like cult classic game. And like Persona 3, the original, is responsible for so many of the things that make modern Persona. So I'm scared to see if the game itself is very, very different and if it's like its own thing that has its own issues that people are gonna just by default go, "Oh, Ocarina of Time's a bad game," and then you're gonna have all the purists and all the old Zelda fans be like, "Hey, that's not true at all. Just play the game." Um, yeah, and I am also scared to see, or not scared, but I'm curious to see if this sells well and if the game does actually end up being good, which hopefully I don't think it'll be bad. Like, I think it definitely will still be a solid time. Like, at the end of the day, it's Ocarina of Time. But I'm curious to see if Nintendo will make a Majora's Mask out of this and either use the same engine or like make it as DLC in the same like I don't know. In my head, I think I told you, Sean, before. Like they're probably gonna make Majora's Mask DLC. I'm expecting them to do like a big old Shadow of the Erdtree style expansion where it's just like it could cost as much as its own game, but it's a DLC that you can play within the original game. So we'll see.
That would be so stupid.
It would, but the with how realistic it sounds, it's probably gonna end up happening, and that's just the unfortunate reality.
It does sound like
know-
something dumb Nintendo would do.
Yeah.
You know something that I would have preferred? Like weirdly, I would have preferred this over Ocarina of Time.
Mm.
A remaster, and I know that it's already technically had an HD remaster, but Twilight Princess. I really like Twilight Princess.
Yeah, I
Just 'cause
mean,
it's a different take on the game series, and it is one of the more major games in the sense of like people know it more than like Triforce Heroes or Minish Cap or like even like the what was it the one with the train.
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks.
Spirit Tracks, thank you. But I mean, it takes a different take on Legend of Zelda that's like more of like a darker set universe with, and the reason I say that one specifically as well is because this was more so they started doing this with the Switch 1, but with the Switch 2 as well, they've kind of tried to cater to all audiences, not just like children like they have in the past with like the Wii and the Wii U. And the Twilight Princess is like a good middle ground for like kids who are a bit older, and then also just like us adults, I guess, because it was a fun game. It took a darker turn. It was just I don't know. I just like Twilight Princess a lot.
Yeah, my thing
And
is
we
I actually
haven't
just
seen a
remembered.
remake since Wii U.
I just remembered actually. There is another reason I think why this game got announced. This year is the 40th anniversary of Zelda. So
Oh, is it?
yes, yeah. Legend of Zelda came out on the NES in 1986. So this is also probably like to celebrate that. Like, hey, this is the most beloved game in the franchise. Let's bring it to modern light.
This is the reason the franchise got
But speaking of
confusing.
Twilight Princess, I also wouldn't be surprised if at some point this year they announced that because of the 40th anniversary, they're putting the HD Wii U ports of Twilight Princess and Wind Waker on Switch. I would love that.
That would
think-
be sick.
I think, you know what? I'm even gonna retract my statement about Rhythm Heaven Groove. If they end up doing that, I think the last first party releases will be for the Switch One will be Twilight Princess HD on Switch and then Wind Waker HD on Switch.
No, they want money. People are stuck to nostalgia, especially Nintendo fans. They're
Yeah.
gonna only put on Switch 2 so people buy a Switch 2 just to play
I
it.
mean, they put the really dumb solo releases of Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 on both Switch 1 and Switch 2, so we'll have to see. But yeah,
Who knows?
that was
Only time
that
will
was
tell.
every big new major announcement within the Nintendo Direct from last week. Overall, definitely not the best Direct, but I would say considering like there wasn't necessarily anything bad. Like the ports being a big part of it, that's just because the Switch 1 can only do so much. But the new announcements we got,
Unfortunately,
but the new announcements we got, I would say were pretty good, especially if you're a big RPG fan, which they definitely catered to a lot of that. But no, I think it was great. What do y'all think?
New Kingdom Hearts.
Yes. Sean, what about you?
Not an RPG guy.
He
So I
is,
didn't really,
he is
I didn't get a
Sparkle
lot out of it. The only real news of worth to me was Ocarina of Time, but I mean, I just said that I don't really care for it that much. So
Not even
like I care
Dustbuds?
for Ocarina of Time. Holy, whoa, rephrase. I like Ocarina of Time. I just think the remake is dumb.
Mhm.
All
What about
right.
Dustbuds? Were you excited for that at all, or
They didn't show anything.
yeah?
Like,
That's
that
the
There
big
was
issue.
so much of Blood Moon.
There was
Give
a
me
rat. There was
some
a rat.
gameplay.
There was
Give me
a
some gameplay, dude. I don't like. Whoa, rat, awesome. They can't get enough of that. Like it's cool. It's cool. Like visual eye candy, and I really love like the how Bloodborne-esque it is. But I need to see the game. You know that
Yeah.
I'm playing. Some gameplay would be nice.
You
Hey,
know,
I
it did
just-
get gameplay. Kingdom Hearts.
I will say at the
Kingdom
very
Hearts
least,
got gameplay.
one thing I do
We got
like
some
about
gameplay of
Nintendo
Switch-
Directs.
Oh.
Oh, you first.
I was gonna say we got some gameplay of thumb wrestling. So
Oh yeah, bro, of course.
But no, I will say
Yeah,
one thing
we-
I do appreciate about Nintendo Directs is that, especially for a lot of the Scissor Reel stuff, they won't like really announce too much things without showing gameplay unless it's like a big thing that just started development, right? And they'll just show the title. So I will say at least it does that over like State of Play and a lot of Summer Games Fest. So we got to give that some credit, I
Yo,
guess.
where's
Yeah, Guild Wars 3, exactly. But yeah, other than that, that is all the news that we had and discussions we really had to recap for this past week. That's all we got. Thank you so much for tuning in, whether you're watching this on Twitch or on YouTube. And thank you for saving with us, and we will see you next week. Adios.